Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you for joining me for this full body energy flow. So we are going to be waking up the whole body today in this practice. There's going to be lots of options throughout, but it will be quite a dynamic and kind of challenging in places sequence. So just always listening to your body and taking any options that you need, taking a break at any time. So we're going to come into a kneeling position to start the practice today. If that's really not comfortable for you, then take an alternative seated position. Bringing the hands, so we've got one hand placed underneath the other with the palms facing up. So our Dhyan Mudra. And closing down your eyes or taking a steady gaze out in front. Inhaling through the nose and noticing how the air feels as it starts to travel into your body. Does the air feel cool? Does it feel warm? Which areas of the body move as you breathe? Allowing yourself to let go of anything that came before this practice. Using your breath and your body as an anchor to bring you into the present moment. Now opening the eyes back up if you had them closed. And from here, we're going to walk the heels out to the side slightly and draw the hips down, so finding our hero position. So my calves are rolling out to the side. Now you can always grab your blocks, take any support that you need here. Just checking in with the knees, making sure that the knees feel okay. If they don't, then take a different seated position. And then just seeing how it feels to maybe walk the hands back a little, finding that stretch into the thighs, the quads. If it's in your practice, you can come down to lying here. I'm going to come to this kind of halfway point to lying as it's the beginning of the practice and just allowing this front of the body to stretch. Breathing here. So inner thighs squeezing in together here. One more breath. And slowly making your way back up. Moving into an all fours position now. So your tabletop position on the mat. So getting straight into it today. We're going to tuck the toes under, and I want you to really make sure that you're drawing the belly in here. So notice if you're someone who tends to sit into that lower back at all. I know that that's something that naturally my body often wants to do. So drawing that belly in using your core. Tucking the toes under, inhale, press the hands into the mat, lift the knees away, so we're hovering here. Breathing. Let the knees come back down. We're going to do this 3 more times, so lifting the knees again, staying with your breath. See if you can really press the hands into the mat here as well and lift up through the shoulders. And release the knees down, take a rest. 2 more. Inhale, lift the knees away, hovering. Dropping them back down. And last one, hovering those knees away. So starting to really get that energy going, especially through the core, the thighs, the arms, the shoulders. So really connecting, dropping the knees back down, connecting to that full body energy. So now from here, working into your cat and cow. So let your breath lead your movements for cat and cow. On your inhale, send the gaze out in front, open across the chest. Exhale, drop your head around the spine, lift up and out through the shoulders. Inhale, lifting the gaze, shining the heart forwards. Just noticing how your back's feeling today, your spine. Being the observer. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, drop the head round the spine. Tuck the tailbone in. And then inhale, come back to a neutral position with your spine. And then bringing your weight into the left hand and pivoting. So this left leg, my foot's coming out behind the knee. Right leg's length and finding this modified Vashistasana position. So feeling this lovely stretch into the right side of the body here. And we're going to start to take some movements from here. So I want you to inhale, exhale, draw your right elbow towards the right knee, or maybe they can touch. Inhale, lengthen the arm and the leg. So 2 more of these. Exhale, draw the knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it back out. Last one. Inhale, knee to elbow. And draw it back out. Well done. See if you can hover here. So this right leg hovering away from the mat. Then we're going to bend that right leg and see if you can bring your right hand to find the right foot or the ankle and press the hips forward. So finding a stretch here across the hips, the hip flexor, breathing here. I love this one. This is a really nice stretch. Well done. See if you can let go of the foot with control. Draw it back down to the mat. And bring that right hand and right leg back into center. Now we go on to the other side. So bring the weight into the right hand and the right leg, pivoting, finding that modified Vashistasana. Taking a couple of breaths here to feel that stretch into the left side of the body. Keeping your connection to your breath. And then we lift this left leg away and we start to take these movements. So inhale first, exhale, draw the elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, pause here, hovering that left leg away from the mat. Staying with me, and then seeing if you can bend that left leg, bring the hand to the foot or the ankle, press the hips forwards, finding that stretch into the front of the body, the hips. Well done. Release the left leg with control. Make your way back to tabletop position on your mat. Tuck the toes under, step or jump the feet in towards the hands, hands to the hips, inhale, draw the belly in, come up to Tadasana mountain pose, so you're in your standing position. So from here, we're going to draw this right knee in towards the chest. See if you can bring your hands to either the back of the thigh or the shin and hug this right knee in. And press down through the left foot into the ground. Now, seeing if you can release the hands, bring them to heart center, still holding this right knee up. We're going to float the right leg back, find your warrior 3. Flexing the right foot, pressing back through the right heel. Hips are square, breathing. Big step back now, find your high lunge. Lifting up and out from the waist, fingertips shooting energy up to the ceiling. Open out, find your warrior 2. So right heel comes down to the mat, gaze comes over the left fingertips. Flip the left palm up so that it's facing the ceiling. Inhale, lift up and out from the waist. Find your peaceful warrior, your reverse warrior. Exhale, float forwards into your extended side angle. Inhale, come back to warrior 2. And then we're going to pivot, so my right toes are pointing out, hands to heart center, bend through that right leg, find your right side Skandasana. Take any modifications if you need to be higher up, you absolutely can. Keep that space across the chest. Flow over to left side Skandasana without using the hands if you can. Then pivot around to frame that front foot, step it back to plank, and we flow through our Vinyasa. So inhaling into an upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Take a releasing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Letting it all go. Noticing, can you feel any energy, any tingling sensations? What can you observe about the body today? Maybe you're observing your thoughts, or simply how you're feeling today. Making that space to notice whatever is there. Inhale, send your gaze between the hands. Step or jump the feet in. Lift your chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, hands come through to heart center. We go on the other side. So draw your left knee in towards the chest. Interlace the hands around the shin or to the back of the thigh. Take a hug here. Press the heel of your right foot into the mat. Make sure that you're keeping the space across your chest. Now let go of the interlace, let the arms come out to the side, then you can bring them into heart center, holding the leg here, and then we reach this, make space between me and my plant again. Make sure you bring this left foot back, finding a warrior three. So left foot's now flexed, pressing back through the left foot, keeping the hips square, shining towards the earth. Breathing here. Take a big step back, find your high lunge, lift up and out from the waist. Open out, find your warrior two. Send your gaze over the right fingertips. Relax the shoulders, flip the right palm up so that it's facing the ceiling. Inhale, lift up and out from the waist, find your reverse warrior. Exhale, float through warrior two into your extended side angle. Pressing the feet down and away into the mat. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. And then we're going to move into this left leg, bending into the left leg, finding left side Skandasana. Again, taking any modifications, staying higher up where you need to. Listening to your body. And move over to right side Skandasana. Well done. Bring the hands around, frame the front foot, step it back to plank. And we flow through our chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to your downward facing dog. Lifting the hips to the sky, lengthening through the spine. Press the mat away with your hands. Remember, you can keep a bend in the legs in downward dog if you need to. Inhale, start to shift the shoulders forward, so we're finding a plank position, grounding through the right hand, open out, finding our Vashistasana, our side plank on the right side. And seeing if you can take our leg variation here, either bending this left leg, or you can bring the peace fingers around the big toes if that's in your practice, and lengthening through that left leg, breathing. Now releasing that left leg, bringing the left toes behind, lift the hips and the heart to the sky, find your wild thing. So keep lifting the hips and the heart, lifting out through that right shoulder. Now with control, you're going to start to lower your hips down towards the mat. So take it nice and slow, being mindful here as you bring the hips down. And now you're in a position with the right leg lengthened, left leg's bent. You're going to step your left leg to the outside of the right leg. Left hand's going to come out behind. Inhale, reach your right fingertips up to the sky, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, twist to the left. So finding this version of our half Lord of the Fish. Breathing here. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. And start to unravel. So we're going to get back to our plank position on our right side now. So you're going to bring that right hand back down to the mat. And you can use the legs here. So you can keep this left leg hooked over, press that left foot into the mat, lift your hips away, step the left foot back. So now we're back in our side plank on the right side. Then come back to plank, both hands down, and Vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. So a nice spicy flow for you today. Feeling the fire, feeling that full body energy. Reconnecting with your breath. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward so that they're above the wrist, finding your high plank. This time we open out onto the left side, so finding your left side Vashistasana. So again, take options that work for you. You could be working here, maybe you're taking a little bend through the right leg, or maybe you're taking the peace fingers around the right toes and lengthening through that right leg here. Well done. Release the right leg, bring the right toes down, lift the hips and the heart up to the sky, lift up and out through that left shoulder. Find your wild thing. Well done. Now floating with control, bring the hips down to the mat. Right leg's bent, left leg's lengthened. Step your right leg to the outside of the left thigh. Right hand comes out behind, so version of half Lord of the Fish. Inhale, lift the left fingertips up, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, twist to the right. Follow with the gaze coming over the right shoulder in that direction. As you inhale, making space. As you exhale, allowing the body to move into that space. And starting to unravel. So you probably know what's coming. Left hand's going to come down to the mat. So you can use this right foot where it's hooked over to press that right foot into the mat. Lift the hips away. See if you can step it back to your side plank on the left side. Well done. And then come back to plank. And we move through our chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. And remember, you can always take a child's pose here if you need to. Always, always listening to your body, honouring what you need in this practice today. There is no right or wrong when you're listening to your body and what you need. That doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. Now from here, from our downward facing dog, we're going to step the feet in slightly and just checking that we've got fingers nice and spread here. I'm going to take some bunny hops to handstand. If handstand's not in your practice, you're just going to do the bunny hops. So we're going to take 5 bunny hops. So tapping the feet in and coming back down. If handstand's in your practice, you can come a little play here. Having some fun with it. And then coming down, dropping the knees down once you've done your 5. And we're going to exhale. Sit the hips back down towards the heels. An option to take a nice wide leg child's pose here. So you're opening into the hips as well. So knees are coming wider out to the side. Rest your forehead and your chest down to the mat. Close off those eyes. Or take a steady gaze, let your body soften. And if you're ready to come away from the practice, you're going to walk the hands in, coming back to your kneeling position where we started the practice. And just opening the eyes back up so we come back into the physical body. Thank you so much for being here and joining me for this practice. If you enjoy these flows, then do subscribe to my channel. It's completely free. I've got a really exciting series coming up, again completely free, on YouTube in December called Mindful Mornings. We're going to be exploring some morning yoga practices and learning about the yamas and niyamas, part of yoga philosophy. So it's going to be a really lovely series to get you up in those December mornings. So please do, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I would love it if you join me for that. Link below to the other things that I offer. And I can't wait to see you again for another flow, hopefully very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.